What's happening, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and in this video, I want to talk about Alex Pereira and his future matchups against the other light heavyweights. He teased going down to middleweight to avenge Sean Strickland against Drake Duplessis, but that's probably not gonna happen. I think he was just kind of trolling. He also teased a while ago. It was sort of a cryptic message where he was saying that he was gonna go up to heavyweight to take on Tom Aspinall at UFC 300, but that kind of got shut down, and he recently came out and said that he wants to fight Jamahal Hill, and then he wants to turn around 3 weeks after that to fight Magomed Ankalaev. The only problem is we don't really know when Jamahal Hill is going to be fit to come back, but hopefully it's pretty soon. But since Alex Pereira has come into the UFC, obviously he's a very accomplished kickboxer, two-division Glory kickboxing champion and a two-division UFC champion, and he's showed some holes in his striking. Obviously his defense isn't all there. Adesanya kind of exposed that, and his grappling too. Jan Blachowicz, he was able to take him down, but his grappling is getting better. But Jamahal Hill and Magomed Ankalaev have both said that they want to knock Alex Pereira out, or they want to strike with him. They're not going to use the rest of their game. They're just going to go in there and have a kickboxing match with this guy. And those aren't the first people who have said that in the UFC. Sean Strickland, he did say that he wanted to test his striking against Alex Pereira, and he got knocked out. Jan Blachowicz, he said he was going to do it, but then he shot for a takedown immediately. Maybe Pereira hit him with something that made him shoot. But yeah, Pereira is a great striker. In my opinion, I don't think these guys should be limiting their skill set simply because they want to prove that they can take out this great striker that everyone fears on the feet. To me, it seems like it's a bit because of their ego. And Jamahal Hill, he wants to prove himself. He feels like the fans aren't giving him the right respect he deserves. But in my opinion, I respect Jamahal Hill. I think he's a great fighter. He's very good. A lot of people seem to think he's not as good as he is, but he is really good. But in my opinion, it's not about knocking Pereira on the feet. It's about just beating him, period. In general, if you take him down and submit him, you show an aspect of you show an aspect of your game that you haven't shown before, and you show that there's levels to MMA. A guy like George St. Pierre, he was the best fighter because he wasn't fighting fighters where they were best at. He was finding alternative paths to victory. Obviously, you can be maybe a Kamaru Usman where the first time you beat someone, you beat them where they're weak at. He beat Jorge Masvidal through wrestling, but then he came back and then he knocked out Masvidal, and that's what changed his perception. If Jamahal Hill goes out there and beats Alex Pereira, and he kind of gets a feel on his timing and his striking and everything, and then he, beats him comfortably, and then Pereira gets a few wins and he comes back to rematch him, and then the second time Jamahal Hill knocks him out, then there's no conversation, there's no argument, but he's just trying to skip that first step, and he just wants to go to, there's no argument that I'm better than you. But you want to instill that threat because when you're a grappler, you can take someone down at will. Their striking is not going to be as good. With Jorge Masvidal, he knew that Kamaru Usman could take him down, so he was kind of shy on the feet, and that allowed an opening for Usman. So if you don't introduce that threat to Pereira and you say, oh, I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to knock this guy out, he's not going to be as worried. And he's been training his grappling a lot too. He's just going to keep getting better. So it's better to exploit him now when he's not as best, but that's their choice. But even in a striking match, I feel like he would beat them pretty handily. Jamahal Hill has come out and said that, Pereira looks slow against Yuri Prochazka, but Pereira said that his game plan was to kind of wait for Yuri to make an opening because he creates a lot of openings on himself, and he makes a lot of mistakes. So Pereira, being a great striker, he was kind of just waiting around. He knew he was going to find his opening, and then he was going to capitalize. So that's what he did. With Jan Blachowicz, he was pressuring a bit more because Jan Blachowicz is a lot more defensively sound than a Yair Prochazka. Same with Israel Adesanya. Adesanya is more defensively sound, so he's going to put that pressure on him and force that mistake. With Sean Strickland, he knew that Strickland was going to make that opening as well, so he let Strickland pressure him. So he's got different aspects of his game, and he's got the leg kicks, the boxing, the power. Jamel Hill has come out and said, he's never been knocked out, so he's confident and everything. But he's got a wide stance, and those leg kicks are gonna hurt, and they're gonna come early for Pereira. It's gonna be available. Like, he's got that jab. Jamel Hill is gonna pressure with his hands, and he might make some mistakes once he starts getting his leg hurt, because he's gonna be like in that wide stance. I mean, unless he can adjust. And also Jamel Hill has like an Achilles injury, so that's gonna be even worse. The damage is gonna be even worse. But I see Pereira winning that fight on the feet. With Magomed, he's also got a sort of boxing stance, and he was getting outstruck by Jan Blachowicz. And Magomed had to shoot for his life to win that fight, or at least make it competitive. But yeah, he was losing the fight. He's got some good hands. He's got some decent power, but when you're a powerful guy as well. Like, Jan Blachowicz was powerful. He went to attack the legs, but Thiago Santos was powerful. Like, Magomed kind of just goes back to that grappling, and if he doesn't do it preemptively, like if he doesn't start grappling right away, and then he starts to grapple when he starts losing, I think that's gonna make it easier for Pereira to defend. He might be able to catch him with a knee coming in, because he knows what he's going to do. Like, Pereira is very, very dangerous. He's got that left hook. He's got those kicks. And he's got body shots too. He's like with Strickland, he wasn't headhunting. He was going to the body. And then the head, there was an opening at the head. And this guy hits really hard. Like, he's going to hit Jamel Hill in his body, slow him down. Jamel Hill hasn't had someone really attack his legs that much. Or his body. Thiago Santos kind of attacked his legs, but those body shots are going to hurt. Those head strikes are going to hurt. So don't just go in there against Pereira expecting a striking match. Mix it up. This is MMA for a reason. Just find the best possible route to victory. Otherwise, you might get knocked the F out.